All right, hip flexor quad. Like our calf, this is a large mass of tissue, which has probably got infinite layers of restriction built up into the fascia over the years, especially if you've had a desk job for any amount of time, or you've just been sort of out of movement for a while. One of the things that tightens up the most, if you're sitting a lot, is this whole mass. And this tight mass leads to hip pain, knee pain, all kinds of dysfunction, okay? So tenderize this area and watch everything suddenly become a little bit easier. Now, the floor is the ideal place to do this. If you can't get on the floor, I'm going to show you a seated version here in a little bit, but if you can get on the floor, get ready for a journey. So, you're going to put the ball down like that. You start to turn over where it's right next to my quad. Now, there's two directions generally I can go with this. Down towards the knee and up towards the hip flexor. You're going to need to do both. So I'm going to start off going down to the knee. I'm going to put it in the middle of my quad. I have very little pressure on. I'm just working on relaxing right now. And then I'm going to start turning. Look how I use the other foot. Turning over until the pressure starts to dial up. It's easy to go beyond the 6 here. You just turn over, right? Everything's slow. I'm at 0, and now it's 1, 2, 4, 5, pressure right there. Okay, now I'm going to move down towards the knee by pulling myself along the floor. I'm pushing with my foot, pulling with my hands, but this leg is completely relaxed. Oh, baby, there's the next 6. Now I'm going to stop there. Just let myself sink into it gently. If it's hurting too much, there's a lot of ways you can alter this to make it easier. First is just picking the hip up a little bit. That takes off a lot of pressure. Subsequently, if I want to add pressure, I can just drop the hip back down. Oh, yeah, and this is really good when I need to move. If I've already opened up, just got a nice little release. Once I've felt like I've opened up, which I have, I'm going to raise the hip, pull down to the next little bit of sensitivity. Now let the hips drop again. Rinse, lather, repeat. Oof. Same deal if I want to go back the other direction, okay? This locked up hip flexor, a lot of you are going to need to spend a lot of time on, okay? So don't be afraid of that. And also don't feel like you have to make the ball travel in any particular track, okay? It can move around, it can wiggle, it can take a winding path. Your job is just to listen to the feedback and go, there's a spot. And honestly, you could pretty much pick anywhere on the hip flexor quad, and it's going to turn into a spot if you add enough pressure. So just go inch by inch and unlock every piece. Oh my God. Now, if you can't get down and up from the floor, you need to go to the Get to the Floor tutorial and get to work. But in the meantime, you can use your hands to do quite a lot. Think of it as a grip strength exercise and wear out your hands, opening up your thighs. From a seated position, first I'm going to pitch forward just a little bit. If you lean back, that can tend to engage the muscles here a little bit, and you can get leverage with your arms. So first you got to lean over a little bit. Let me show you my bright white leg. And then I like to think of individual thumbs as a drill. I turn down like this, and I start digging this way. So I'm just going to start pushing around that tissue mass, and there's something up in my hip flexing that I can work on. So now I'm going to turn my hand over like this, get a good grip on the inside of my thigh, lean over for leverage, and then drill back up this way. I'm going down and up in this kind of a motion. So let me dig in it. Coach needs more of this one. Now I'm just going to push, stiffen up the hand, stiffen up the arm, and use it as a lever to drill in there. If you feel your toe or your feet starting to clench up like I just did, be aware, keep it relaxed. If you clench up the leg, you can't drill in. And then it's like all the others. Get it to a 6, wait, feel it open, feel that pain signal dampen, and then move on to the next spot, which probably isn't far away. Oh, yes. Lower down the thigh, same deal. I can use both thumbs to get good leverage. Ooh. Find a spot, dig in, and push down towards the knee. Oh, man. I haven't done this in a while. I forgot how it feels good, but boy, it's right on the border. Woo! So that's the double thumb version. And you can also turn the thumb over like I showed you in the upper thigh. You just got to lean over more so you can get the right leverage. Make sure your leg is, again, relaxed. If you bend the knee too much, this stuff's going to lengthen and tighten up. So keep it long and loose. Brace on yourself with the other arm. Tighten up everywhere. And then drill. Oh my God. Note to coach, do more of this today. Enjoy.